Hey everybody, welcome back to Movies and That. I'm your host Cody, and today we're going to do my ranking for my top 10 favorite wintertime horror movies. So when it comes to movies, I'm pretty seasonal about it. I have my movies, of course, that I watch every fall and around Halloween. I always have those. I have my summer horror, and then I have my winter horror movies, and then I kind of do everything really in between, just a mash of everything. So. Winter, I always typically watch at least, I'm going to say, 6 or 7 of these movies, maybe 6. Not always the full 10. So we're going to go through here, and we'll see what it comes out. So let's get started. So coming in at number 10, that's going to be Jack Frost. Yeah, I haven't been a huge fan of this movie ever. It scared me when I was little, like whenever it first came out, and I'd really never cared to watch it. Then I watched it when I got older, and I just couldn't really get behind the whole snowman plot of it. To me, it's more of a kind of a comedy horror movie, which in the sense it is, but yeah, I mean, I really don't watch it unless it's on TV, honestly. So yeah, number 10 is Jack Frost. My number 9 is going to be 30 Days of Night. And I actually just rewatched this movie, and I haven't watched it for a couple years now. But I never really was a huge fan of it anyways. I'm not a big vampire movie guy. John Carpenter's Vampires is probably the only one I truly, really like. So yeah, I mean, I rewatched this the other night, and I still have the same thoughts of it. It's decent. It's okay, but I just wasn't a huge fan. I do like the plot, being the vampires coming with 30, for the 30 Days of Night in Barrow, Alaska, the most northern point in North America, I believe, or at least in the United States. And these vampires come in, they wreak havoc. There's no one there to help any of them. And really, if it wasn't for Harnett's character, this movie probably wouldn't have been that great, because he really did carry the movie. 30 Days of Night's going to be my number 9. Now, my number 8 is going to be The Thing from 2011. So 2011's The Thing. I remember when it first came out, I didn't like this movie really that much. Saw it in theaters, didn't have a great time with it. Gave it another shot when it came out on video. Still wasn't a huge fan, and I honestly haven't seen it almost for 10 years. So I watched this last week, actually, getting ready for this video, and I actually had an okay time with it. It is nowhere near John Carpenter's. It is not on that level at all. I do like the prequel. I do like seeing how we got to The Thing. That's something I guess I didn't appreciate about 10 years ago when this came out. But yeah, with that being said, it had a decent plot to it. I liked the story. The characters were okay. I liked them a lot more this time around. But the thing that I just couldn't get past, and that's really also what bothered me back then, was the CGI and how it's just nowhere comparable to the practical effects we got in the original The Thing. So yeah, again, like the prequel, like the whole setup, just the execution, I guess, the acting, and the CGI, yeah, that did it for me. So, yep. So now number 7, that's going to be Alien versus Predator. This is set in Antarctica, so that's kind of where I get the wintertime vibe for, and that's why I like to watch it, because it's does have that cold, icy feeling, it's not that great of a movie. Let's just get that out of the way. It's fun. It's cool. I'm glad that they were able to get Alien versus Predator together. This came out right when I actually found out about both of these franchises back then. So whenever it came out, I was blown away, because I have no clue that was even a possibility at the time. Or really didn't understand too much of how they were connected. But yeah, I've always had a great time with this movie. I like the setup. I like the premise. We get Wayland introduced all the way back in its infancy, I guess. They're finding out this underground pyramid in Antarctica that is really just a training ground for predators to go after aliens. And they're already sacrificial, ancient sacrificial humans in there that had the chest burst out. So then aliens come after the Wayland team that's down there exploring this place. Predators, come down because it's time. They're ready to train. So yeah. Um, it's a fun movie. It's a little out there in terms of the acting and the rush of the story, but yeah, it's a fun time. So yeah, Alien versus Predator number 7. So coming in at number 6, and this is going to be Black Christmas. I saw this for the first time back around Christmas time when I was doing Christmas horror movies, and this is a very fun movie. It's very messed up. Billy is freaking nuts, batshit crazy. But I like the final girl in this movie. I like the characters in general. It's very creepy. It's definitely unsettling, a little, makes you a little nervous at times, a little tense. So yeah, it was a very big surprise to me, and I've heard nothing but great things about it. So I'm gonna make sure that is a watch. If not around Christmas, it's definitely gonna be on my winter horror movies now. So yeah. All right, so now the top 5. So coming in at number 5, that's going to be Misery. This is a movie I first saw about 3 or 4 years ago. It took me that long to get around to it, I guess. I just never had really any drive to watch it, but I finally did, and I can't believe it took me so long because I was missing out. Kathy Bates, takes or kidnaps, rescues, but then kidnaps this writer who writes these novels called Misery, based on the character named Misery. And Kathy Bates' character is a huge fan of it, obsessed, and we find that later on throughout the movie how obsessed she is with Misery and with him, and literally holds him against his will to write her own Misery novel for the most part. And he does everything he can to escape. There's this huge snowstorm that came in, so like all the roads and lines and stuff were down. She keeps lying to him. After time goes by, things still aren't fixed, so that's why she can't get any help or get him out of there. And finally he does find a way to get out of it. The local sheriff finds out about it. He comes in. Not a good ending for him, but thankful for him coming in. That actually was the writer was able to get out of there. So yeah, Misery. Very good movie, and definitely a great wintertime horror movie. Now, number 4, and this might be a little controversial. I don't know how controversial, but the only reason I'm saying that because people might not view it as a true horror movie, but I think it's pretty scary. It's a little freaky and dark at times, and that's The Grey. So number 4 is The Grey. I was obsessed with this movie when it first came out. I did nothing but binge watch it, renting it, and I wasn't supposed to because I rented it a bunch of times and racked up some charges on my parents' bill. But with that being said, I ended up getting on video, and I've been a huge fan of it ever since. I haven't watched it in a while, probably a couple years now, but probably going to pop it in here soon because I love that movie. You got Liam Neeson's character. These guy is protecting, I believe, this oil place up in Alaska. They're getting out of there. He's protecting it from the wolves, by the way. So they're flying out of there. Shift's done, and their plane goes down. And after the plane goes down, their survivors, Liam Neeson's character, they are trying to get back to civilization some way, somehow, but they're also trying to avoid this wolf pack that's stalking them. And then you got this big, scary, not hybrid, but alpha wolf that's this black wolf. And the wolves are picking the people off one by one. Finally, it's just Liam Neeson's character and then the alpha wolf, and they go toe to toe, and you kind of get that not cliffhanger ending, but that mysterious ending. You don't know who really won, if they both died or what. So great movie. It is tense, and I do find it scary. So yeah, The Grey is number 4. Coming in at number 3 is American Psycho. So you're probably going to be like, why is this movie on winter horror? And that's because it's set in wintertime. It's actually set around Christmas in New York City. And it's, wintertime, it's cold out. You see that throughout the movie. I mean, you don't really get snow or anything like that. But, it is a wintertime horror movie, in my opinion. And it is a damn good one. American Psycho, you can watch that any time of year, in my opinion. But it is a cold winter movie. And, Patrick Bateman is a cold dude in general. Very messed up. It is balls to the wall, comedy and horror mixed perfectly together. Because you could just be sitting there laughing your ass off, and then the stuff that Bateman does, Christian Bale's character does, is just like, wow. It's just how crazy it is, and how that kind of, I guess, culture is, that Wall Street culture at least was back then, and how they thought of themselves and thought of each other and just the world around them. Yeah, messed up movie, definitely psychotic, and it's an all-time classic. So coming at number 2, that's going to be The Shining. So The Shining, Jack Nicholson and his family, they go up to caretake for the Overlook Hotel. It is haunted to all hell, literally. Danny Torrance, believe. And Danny Torrance, his character, he has the shine where he can see and interact and communicate with, dead people, with ghosts that are haunting this hotel, and he has the shine connection with the owner, or the guy who runs the Overlook Hotel. So yeah, it's just, they get snowed in. They end up getting cabin fever. Jack Nicholson's character, he goes nuts, starts trying to kill Danny, his family. The owner of the Overlook Hotel comes back to try to save them because he feels what's going on from his connection with Danny. He gets the shine, and you just start seeing all kinds of crazy ghosts, creepy things going on. And here's Johnny. You get that whole thing. So yeah, it's an all-time classic. All 3 of these movies that I'm mentioning, my top 3 are all-time classics. They speak for themselves, and that's just like my number 1, which is John Carpenter's The Thing. This is one I watch every single year for sure, no matter what. I always like to save it for a cold, snowy night because that's how it feels in Antarctica. That's how that movie makes it feel too. And what else is there to say? I mean, you get these awesome practical effects. I know it was a dud when it first came out, which I can't believe, because it's like just, I guess people just took things for granted back then. I don't know, because it just stands out above all these movies today. Characters are great. You got Kurt Russell's character with Mac, and the other great cast members in there, and they're taking on this thing. They have no clue what it is. It's imitating life forms. It's imitating them, and there's nowhere they can go. They know they can't go anywhere because they can't risk the thing getting back to the mainland or getting back anywhere else. So they're trying to stay alive as long as possible while trying to eradicate the thing. And you get that great ending where you don't know if who was the thing, or if the thing's still alive or there, or what. So just an awesome movie overall. Great for a nice cold winter night, just like The Shining is, and just like most of these movies are. So with that being said, guys, that's it. Comment your 10 down below. Let me know what you think about mine, and thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day.